All right. Hello. Welcome to an ATC Mini Event. I have a very special friend today, so I'm really excited because this is perfect timing, right, for your business.
It
You did
is.
a little switcheroo. Um, so this is Kristi. She's actually not too far from me, so I'm so excited. Maybe one day I'll be able to get up there and we can actually meet because that would be amazing in person. But go ahead and introduce yourself and your
Yeah.
business and your new business name. Kristi, just go ahead and take over.
Yeah. So we aren't too far. And actually, my sister lives down in Evansville. So maybe I come that direction
Yeah, I
too.
was just there yesterday too.
Yeah. So I'm Kristi Hassinger, and I am the owner of a Whispering Lane. We did just rebrand, or I did just rebrand our the company. I started out as a furniture painter, and that started taking over my world. And so I just recently rebranded, and now I'm all things junk journals, mixed media, journaling, period. So that's kind of the new direction of the company that we just took starting the beginning of the year. So
Okay, perfect. All right. So I just checked. We are definitely streaming. Everything is good. I just shared it to our ATC groups, so that's awesome. So if you guys aren't following Kristi at Whispering Lane, go ahead and follow her. After the live, I can actually link it. I can't link it. It doesn't let me because I'm using Switcher Studio. So I definitely will add that. So I mailed you a package.
you
So
did.
go ahead and take a few seconds and open it up.
All right.
And
Here we
of course,
go.
it's a mystery package, so she doesn't know what's inside, and she's gonna have
I
to
don't know.
confirm.
And I literally just got this an hour ago. Like literally.
Oh. I mailed it to her. It should have got there in 2 days. I mean, I mailed it last week, early last week. She should have got it in 2 days, and we've been kind of, worried about it. And then she messaged me literally an hour ago. She said, "I just got it." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
it's it's literally been floating around Indianapolis since like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago. It
Oh
was
my
crazy.
gosh, it is
Okay, here we
insane.
go.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
it wrapped all cute? Look
no
at
pressure,
you.
no pressure at all, right? Like.
No, no. This is all good. It's all good.
All right. So now tell me, I know you're switching your business model and you're doing junk journals, but have you done ATCs before?
I have. I
Okay.
did, yeah. And they're so fun. I
Yes.
love them because you can do them like so quick. It's just a really fun thing to like come and sit and do something really quick and feel like you accomplished something and then you
Yeah.
can walk away.
Yes.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
we have some fun like washi tapes.
That's actually
Um,
those are my washi tapes that I designed.
yes. Oh, I love
So
them. They are so fun. How
yeah, those
cute
are the
are
new ones.
these?
Yeah, those are the new
These are
ones
so
for that
cute.
I just did. So
Oh, these are so cute, Lisa.
thank you.
Okay.
I
And we
also love doing
have,
journaling, so that's why I did them.
yes. We have some fun papers, some
Yeah.
strip papers.
That's a little that's like so every month we send. Oh, I forgot to do focus. Do not disturb. I just realized that. So every month there's four of us. There's Grace, Michelle, Amanda, and I. And we take turns sending out a mystery package to our subscription group. And that collage roll is a snippet roll. I actually had that in my September box. So like that just to
That's
show like those are
fun.
different things, like we all make handmade ephemera or different things, and then we purchase
Yeah,
stuff, thrift stuff, and so we incorporate just a bunch of different things into our mystery boxes. So
that's fun. I love lavender. I'm a big lavender geek.
me too.
I have so much of it upstairs. It's funny. Okay, so we have some little words, some word art here.
Yes.
Um, just different little words to add. Oh, and we have some mushrooms. Mushrooms are all kinds of fun. Some mushroom stickers and
Yeah.
flower stickers. Um, let's see what else in here. We have, oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. How am I going to choose? We have a little vine
Yes.
and some more stickers. All kinds of stickers to choose from. Just all kinds of little stickers. Some little papers and some phrases
Yes.
and
Have to
some
have
more
a
papers.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy. Okay, I have to use this one. This is like one of my favorite hymns ever. Like seriously.
Oh,
This
yay!
is like meant for me. This like packet's
Yay!
meant for me.
That's the way it works. Always. I love
Always
that.
one of my favorite hymns.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Seriously. Oh my gosh, this is like perfect. If I don't use it on this ATC, I have to use this on something. It's one of my
Yeah.
faves.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
awesome.
and then we just have little pieces. I'll tip this down. Maybe you can see a little bit more in my drink too.
Yeah.
A little like pieces of fabric and
Mhm.
flowers and just some little tiny pieces of different ephemera
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, you don't
So
need
lots of
much. But every
no.
ATC package, you definitely get more than what you need because it's
Oh
just
my
little three
gosh,
and a half
yeah.
by 2.5 cards. So I'm going
Yeah.
to go ahead. I'm going to do a collage. I pulled out some paints. I think I want to get a little bit more like artsy fartsy today. I even put my
Oh
apron
my,
on because
okay.
I hardly ever wear white shirts, and I thought I do not want to get paint. I took my daughter to Evansville. We had to do a follow up appointment, and so we were there all day. And then she was she had gotten a concussion. She got hurt at work, and so we had to go to a concussion clinic and in Evansville. And so she was kind of feeling up to it, and she thought she ended up pushing herself a little bit too much, but she wanted to go to the mall, and I hadn't been to that mall in I need to angle it down. I hadn't been to that mall in such a long time, and it was a little bit too much for her because really she hasn't been able to do much. But we went to Old Navy and we went to a couple other stores, and I bought this white shirt and I was all excited about it. And I thought I cannot get paint on it.
All right. Oh man. Okay, well I'm gonna try to like adjust you guys so you can see better, but I
Okay.
don't know. Let's see if I
Yep.
can get you guys down a little further without totally popping it off of the whole stand. That would not be cool.
That's the
Oh my
thing. Oh,
gosh.
yeah, you're good. Don't worry. And even if it does, just take your
You
time.
guys are gonna go for a ride.
Yeah, you're fine. I
All
know it's
right.
hard because I'm calling you into our room. It's hard to know how to angle the
So
camera.
here's the thing, like I'm like in a new space. So we moved in a
Okay.
new house in June
Okay.
and I'm not used to doing lives in here anymore. I
Uh,
had it like, you get your space all set up and then
yeah.
you're like in a new world to
Yeah.
like, okay.
So a new
So you can
house,
see
new business model. You're just
new
going
business
all in.
model. Yeah, it's all good. All right. We'll just work on two at a time since that's what you guys can see.
Yeah, you're fine. Do it however.
All right. Oh goodness. Let's see. What do we want to? So much fun. Fun stuff.
Yes.
Think
So
I need some.
so with your new business model, so you're gonna be making journals to sell, or are you just gonna be teaching?
Both. I'll probably sell some journals and I closed down my furniture Etsy store and I'm gonna probably open a different Etsy store where I have like vintage magazines that I've gone through and um have pulled out old like articles and things like
Okay.
that
Yeah.
or magazine like ads And so I'm going to group some of them together and just sell those on Etsy. Sometimes you don't want the copies of the vintage ads and things. You want the real thing. So I'm going to put some of those on Etsy, and then I'm going to do some of my own journals and sell some of those
Okay.
on Etsy as well. So a little bit of both. And then I'll probably do some teaching too.
All right.
So just kind of a smattering. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we'll just see how it evolves.
I
I
think
probably
that's
will
the
do
key.
some downloadables and things like that. I
Right.
mean, I don't know. I'm just taking it a little bit at a time. There's like so many ideas swirling in my head. And so I'm trying to not allow myself to like take too many all at once. But
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I think a lot of people are pivoting and just trying different things, and I think that's a great thing. To not be afraid to stay stuck in one thing and do different things. I think as creatives, like that's important for us. Hey, Kathy, to try different things, and it's okay to do that.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I loved furniture painting. I miss it sometimes, but it's just there's so many big pieces. I was shipping them, I had it on Etsy and I was shipping them everywhere, but like you just get so many big pieces and it just starts taking over your garage, and for us it
Mhm.
took over my basement.
Yeah.
Um and then we moved houses, and I knew I wasn't going to have a walkout. I have a basement here, but I didn't have a walkout basement, which I was spoiled with at the last house.
Right.
And I was like, I just can't like let it take over my garage and everything too. So I just decided, you know what, like it's time. It's time for me to like move into something else, something different, and go a different direction. And
Mm-hmm.
so last year was really just a year of like trying to figure out, where do I go? What do I do? What am I doing?
Yeah.
And just trying to discover, what was next for me, what's next on that list. So um yeah, it was a tough year. It was a different year for me. But and then I got really sick in the fall,
Oh no.
and um it was very fluke thing, really sick. But I got sick with this fungus called histoplasmosis, which is really popular, I guess, here in the Midwest. It's a fungus carried by birds,
Wow.
and I ended up on a vent for 8 days and
Oh my word.
literally almost, yeah, literally almost died. And
Oh
so I think through
my.
all of that
Yes, I see
is
you, Kathy.
kind of where this business really kind of came from, because I kept coming back to journaling. Journaling is what really helped me, through the healing process of, processing what had happened to me, and
Wow.
healing through it. And so that, I mean, the blessing is that, that's where this business came from. And
Right.
um, I knew what the direction was I was supposed to go after I kind of just fumbled around, I feel like, all year last year trying to figure out like what's next,
Right.
because it had always just been furniture for me, always.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Wow.
good
So
things.
so um so with that also, you're not going to be retailing any of the items that you retailed before, because weren't you a Roy Cycled retailer?
Yeah, yeah, I still have some papers. I still have my old website, and I
Mm-hmm.
still have some papers and things like that that I need to like offload, but I'm not going to continue to sell those as I go forward now. So,
Because I know it's so funny because a lot, like even IOD, a lot of the stuff now, like a couple of releases ago, um and IOD, I mean, and recycled, they're coming with more project blocks, and so like, which is really easy for mixed media and
mm-hmm.
journaling. So it's kind of funny how everyone's kind of transitioning, and like in
Yep.
media, and it's so much easier because it is small. It's not the big piece of furniture, and you don't have to haul all of this stuff. So I'm glad to see that there's a lot more options,
Yeah,
for people. It's
there,
not just about decoupaging furniture.
definitely. Definitely. And I think it's fun because there are so many, like, it's been fun to learn like a lot of different new mediums that like I didn't know about before. And,
Yeah.
you can pick something up and like these ATC cards, you can pick it up and
Yeah.
you can do one or two and
Yeah.
you're not like, it's not a big project. You can feel like,
Right.
oh, I just needed a little creative outlet for the
Yeah.
night and I'm done. And like, oh, I
Yes.
did a little something. And
That's it.
then if, you want to do something big, well, you can do something bigger, but you don't feel like you
You don't have.
have to.
Yeah. Yes. That is exactly it. So I do want to say before I forget, I'm going to show this. We are doing a really, really great thing. If you have not signed up for an ATC subscription box and you love to do ATCs, we are doing a free gift. You can grab 5 vintage playing cards for free while supplies last. And, there's going to be a link. I'm going to put the link at the end because I can't show it right now, but I'm going to show that. So that's exciting. So we're just going to be giving away some of our stash. We're going to be giving away 5 uh, 5 playing cards to whoever wants them, and as a free gift. So that's kind of fun.
That is fun.
Yeah. Because who doesn't like those old cards? Like right now I'm using regular cards, but I've got some really, really cool cards. Grace has some really cool cards, Michelle, Amanda. And so we just thought, how cool would it be to just share some of our cool stash with some folks that maybe love to do ATCs or want to do more ATCs. And of course, we have a
That's fun.
sign up for anyone who does want to sign up for the wait list. Every month, we open up the wait list, and we just have so much fun. It's not just about getting a subscription box either. It's really about an awesome community that we're building. And like you said, you can create daily, but it's fun to do it with friends and have people that cheer you on and do it with you. It's so much fun.
It's totally fun. And I think like, that sometimes you could set like, make a goal to just do like, I think it's fun if you just make a goal to even do like one a week or something like
Yeah.
that. And if you look back then later and you're like, because I think sometimes you create them based on how you're feeling. And so
Yes.
then if you look back, you're like, oh, I was
So
in a
yeah,
really blue mood, or
yeah,
I was really feeling the flowers that week, or
yeah,
whatever, like you could
yeah,
kind of look back then and see like how you were feeling when you were kind of creating them. And then that's kind of fun too, just to
yeah,
look back and see how you were feeling at the
yeah.
time that you started creating them too.
I think that's a good point. It kind of like tells your story. One of the girls that's watching us, she's actually in our subscription group. Her name is Callie, and she's watching on my Facebook page right now. And she is so awesome, but she had taken on the challenge of making one a day,
Oh,
and
wow.
she has been and it's doable, but I will say, I mean, she is retired and she's having so much fun. She's from New Orleans area in Louisiana, and she has just been creating, and I'm telling you, she's so much fun. I actually got to meet her in person in Colorado at Carmen's workshop, um, which was amazing. So like, so much fun to be able to create with your friends in person or virtually. We just did an unboxing of our February box that Amanda put together. We did that on Tuesday, And so I just left everything here on my desk because I wasn't here yesterday. So that was perfect. And I knew we were going to be doing something today. So I've got a lot of the stuff from the February box and I added a few things. And she and we actually did a Zoom call in our private group. So everybody got to, if they wanted, create along. That was so much fun. So much fun. So that's something that
That
we
is
offer
fun.
now in our private group.
Love it. Love it. It is. It's fun to. It's. I think. I mean, like you said, it is fun to do it on your own. It's therapeutic for me. Um, for those probably a lot of people I think that do these businesses. It's your full time gig. This is not my full time gig. I have a pretty stressful full time job outside of this, and so this is fun for me to come
Yeah,
in and to do this and just kind of this is my de-stressor,
your
this is the way I
outlet.
come
Yeah,
in and I can kind of turn my mind off. Like I don't really think about what I'm doing per se. I just kind
yeah,
of can turn things off. And so it's just kind of fun for me to um it's not my daily job. So
yeah,
um I think, yes, it's great to do it with friends, but even if you're just doing it as a hobby, just to kind of use it as your mental health,
yeah,
for the
absolutely.
night or whatever. I think it's great. Like I said, even when I was healing from all the crud that I had to deal with in the fall, like it was so therapeutic to just come down here, and whether it was journaling and then doing something, a collage or something over the top of it, or if it
Yeah,
was just doing something art or whatever, it was so therapeutic for me to do that. And I
yes,
just think there's so much good that can come out of just kind of letting your mind shut down and
yeah,
working without thinking about what you're doing. Um, and Lord knows we can use a little help with that, on a
yes.
daily basis. So
I I often say I really feel like there's something amazing and special about cutting and gluing paper. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it is really, really crucial to your creativity and your well-being. I don't know why, but if there's something to it.
there is for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to use these stencils, and I've got some painterly paints, and I want to create some really cool texture. I'm not going to do it on all, but I think some of them I'm going to utilize some paint. I'm going to start with one and see how it goes.
Okay, this one is crazy. So this is probably going to be backwards from how I'm showing you, but this little sticker says, part of it says "Be still."
Uh-huh.
Well, it says the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. It's Exodus 14, or yeah, 14:14.
Uh-huh.
So okay, that one like chokes me. So while I was really super sick and I was on the vent, I heard the Lord's voice, and all he's kept saying to me over and over was, "Be still and listen, be still and listen."
Wow.
And
Wow.
so to see that now, I'm like, obviously he was fighting for me to stay
Yeah.
alive because I was literally almost dying.
Oh,
And so I was like, okay, I know the rules, Lord. I'll be still and listen. I'll do whatever you tell me to do. And so when I came off the vent, there was a day and a half that I had no sedation. And I have like this really super easy gag reflex. And my husband was like, there's no way she's going to come off this vent because she's going to gag this thing and it's going to be a hot mess. But I
yeah.
didn't. I was very calm and cool and
Wow.
collected. And so there you go. There was the Lord just telling me, I was like, I know the rules. I know
Oh,
the rules, but I still know the rules and I know I'm here for a reason. And so
you are.
I'm
I mean,
still
I,
being still. And so this business too, like I come down here and I'm quiet and I'm still, and it allows me to just kind of like hear him and be still or figure things out for work or whatever it is. But how fun is that to get that sticker? So now,
yes,
how much was this made for me? Like, I get this
exactly. It
song and
was.
I get this
Yes,
sticker. Like,
it
this
was made
was
for you. It,
totally made for
yeah.
me.
I really believe that. Like, I really, even when I paint furniture, whatever it is that I'm doing, I pray over it and I pray for the people who are going to have it. Um, and when I'm putting the ATC packages together, like I want it to be a blessing. Like I want it to be something that really moves somebody or speaks to them. So and I had no idea, all that stuff. So it just amazes me every single time how he moves and what he does. Like it's just
Isn't that
incredible.
crazy? That is
I've got
crazy, crazy,
So
crazy.
it's gonna look like I was digging in dirt. I've got like Payne's Gray all in my.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
okay. Yeah, I did it. I did it. All right. I'm going to. Oh, I've got stencil brush right here. Perfect. All right.
Okay, let's.
Wow, that is just an incredible story. Like I just cannot believe that.
It is. It is neat when when you come out of all that and everybody's like, "Oh, you're a miracle," and I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever." I didn't really understand how much I was until
You are, yeah. Well, first of
you.
all, we are all miracles because when you think about
Sure.
all the things that can go wrong in your mother's womb, you know, and then to know that, um, you're still here because he wants you here and there's something you have to do. And when
Yeah.
the moment you realize that, it's really amazing because, you are here on purpose. You are.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely have something more to do.
Yeah.
Something left to accomplish.
I love that so much.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so let's see here. Let's try to make this stick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad my packet came now and I didn't
I
have to
know. I
make
know.
up
And
something.
maybe that's why it was so hard to get it to you because of the
I
meaning
the
behind
devil was
it.
trying to keep it away.
Man, man, that just blows me away.
Well, Mr. Devil and Mr. Postman, he did not win.
Yeah. No. Wow. Well, we definitely are going to have to arrange some time when next time you come to Evansville, because we've talked about it. Well, man, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, it has. And
Um.
I honestly don't go down and see my sister often, which is really terrible of me, but I really don't. Um, I know she's busy with her kiddos,
Yeah.
and we were busy with ours, and we just don't go down. But my kiddos are out of the house now, and
Yeah.
her oldest are now getting ready to graduate from high school, so there'll be a
Wow.
little more time on our hands. So
What it's like. Did you say you're like 5 hours from Evansville, or maybe it's 5 hours from
no, I'm only about 3.
three? It's five. Okay, so it's 4 hours from me. That's what it is. That's not far, really.
And now that they've like fixed the interstate kind of a little bit between Evansville and here, it's not nearly as bad a drive.
I haven't been that way, like up, like in a long time. So I don't know what they did.
Well, it used to be like 2-lane roads part of the way. And so, like, if you
Okay.
got stuck by a truck, it was like all over. But
Oh
now
yeah.
it's pretty much a 4-lane,
Oh wow.
highway, and the speed limit's like 70, 65, 70 miles
Oh
an hour. So,
yeah, that does make a big difference. Like
yeah.
that's how it is for me to go to Owensboro because I don't go to Evansville as much because I go to Owensboro, but the ride to Owensboro is just like that. It's curvy, dark roads. If you get behind a tractor or a truck,
Hmm.
but I just like it better than Evansville, to be honest. And yesterday going to Evansville, I was like, wow, we haven't been here in such a long time. But we tried to have a little bit of fun. Went out and eat. We had some ice cream, so it was fun.
All right. Let's hope this
Yeah.
sticks.
I collaged a few different ones. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I'm going to cut this one in half. This was from the February box. So I love these textured, lacy kind of papers. There's so
Oh,
much
those are
fun.
so pretty.
Yeah. So Amanda gave that to us in our box. So I think I'm going to add some of that.
Alrighty. There's that.
And I love ATCs, especially because we talk about this a lot. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be a major work of art. It's
Oh
just
no.
playing and it's exploring. So you can figure out, oh, I like that color combination or I like that technique. And it helps you to do the bigger pieces if you want, or even if it's a junk journal, like you can play on that small card. It just makes it, like it's foolproof. It's okay. If it doesn't turn out, it's okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, and I think you can't like. I think that was one thing at first when I started doing this because you paint furniture like it needs to be perfect, right? Like you can't paint a piece of furniture and be like, well, that was kind of okay, and hope that it's fine. But I think, when you're doing this, like you just like you have to give yourself permission to play.
Yes.
And that was hard at first for me because I am a perfectionist. So that was hard to just say, it's okay for me to just play and whatever comes of this comes of this. Like,
Yeah.
that's all okay. And but once you get used to being like, well, maybe that didn't turn out the way I thought it was, but I can be okay with that for today. And that was good to
Yeah.
play with. And I learned something, or I
Yeah.
figured out how these things work together. Then, that's
Mhm.
great. Or maybe I come back to it, another day.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. Yeah.
that's the fun part of it too.
Yeah. That is the truth. And I think I learned a long time ago, and maybe this is one of the things he's trying to teach you, is that, like, there is no such thing as perfect. So people that struggle with perfection, like, I always tell them, there's no such thing as perfect. Only God is perfect. He is perfection. And so I don't try to strive for perfection because I will always stay frustrated. And so
Yeah,
that's
true.
what I love about, like, the grungy look or the chippy look, the layer. Like, I never liked the pieces of furniture where someone asks me to have one color and it be like that modern kind of look. Like, I struggle with that because that stresses me out more than just letting me play, and let me do me and let me make it something special and unique, distressed, and with dark wax, preferably maybe more than one color and not white. Like,
Right.
but sometimes, you get clients and that's what they want, and it's hard for me. Um and I always tell them, well, I mean, I'll do my best and I'm going to do it with excellence, but only God is perfect. Like, I'm not
Right.
perfect, but I will try.
I was not a one color girl. Like that wasn't my thing
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. It always, like, especially white furniture, because people don't realize how much harder sometimes white furniture is than everything else. Like, it would stress me out because I could paint a piece of white furniture, but the moment I'm painting it for a client, it's always the problem child. It's always like, it's bleeding or, whatever. And I'm just like, oh, if I could have just painted it with a darker color or blended it, like, it would have come out so much better. Hey, Tammy. Tammy Johnson is in the house. She is an amazing artist, and she does a lot of beautiful junk journals. You might, if you're not following her, Kristi, she's Lavender and Lace.
I will
She
have to
makes
go
some,
out and follow her.
yeah, she makes some amazing journals, and Just beautiful, beautiful. We did the junk journal January. Did you participate in that?
No, I did not. No.
We did that, and she did one every day. She has some YouTube videos, so follow her on YouTube. She's trying to grow her YouTube channel, but she is really, really awesome. I got to meet her in person 2 years ago at Carmen's in Colorado, and she was there again this last year. And then we're supposed to do something together. So Tammy, we need to hook up and do something. She actually did an ATC live with us too, an event. She's just so
Fun.
she is she's a treasure. Okay, I did that. I wanted to layer. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure how this is gonna look, but we're gonna try it out. I wanted to use this is the new DIY Painterly. It's kind of like, they come in tubes and they're really, really bright. There's, is it 12 colors? I think it's 12 colors. And they take the place of acrylics, meaning that
Oh yeah.
they're, they're non-toxic. They're craft kid friendly, but they blend so amazing. And I really had a good time blending them with the actual DIY paint. It was so much fun, and created some really cool, interesting colors. I need to play a little bit more with them. That's why I thought I'm gonna pull them out and see how they do on some cards. And I want to play and create some really more muted colors so that I can um, play with it on furniture or like a larger piece of me. I love color, but these colors are a little bit too bright for me, to be honest. And so I want to create some beautiful colors. I created like some Payne's gray type colors. Like, I just started blending them with all kinds of colors, and it was amazing. It was fun. I had a good time. So I
Those
thought,
things, those colors and things like that seem really cool, but they do seem really, really bright for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, they're bright. But what's great about these colors is that they do blend together very well, but also you can use them with DIY paint and create all new colors. I mean, I have some watercolor paper. I just started playing, and I just put them all on my craft silicone mat here, and created just played it, and it was really a lot of fun. I was like, oh wow, now these colors I can get behind.
Right, right, right.
And what's cool about this is you can water it down, and because they're highly pigmented, but also you can create some really cool texture because they're so thick, and a little bit goes a long way, to be honest. So that's a lot of fun. And I know that because the hot pink color exploded in my box when I got my first shipment, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be stained in this hot pink color.
Oh my
And let me tell
gosh.
you, it cleaned up so easily. I was so impressed and amazed. I'm gonna make a green color for the leaves. And I did not have a single ounce of pink on me. Not only that, the reason I know it's really great with texture is because there was a lot that got left in the box, and it crusted, and it was thick and cracky, and just, I was like, wow, that is some texture right there. So, I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna try to play with it. So created a little bright green for the leaves. It's hard to see with the lights. I think there's another leaf, but I'm not sure. I think that was an actual flower, but it's all right. Wow, these flowers, I blended them with three different, like this confection pink. I don't know the names yet. Maximalist is a purple, and a little bit of this skylight color. And I think they turned that those colors turned out really well.
Those are really pretty.
And then I just use Payne's gray in the background to create like some far away little leaves. I'm gonna let that dry and see what happens with it. All right, I'm gonna clean this up. Do you have anything done yet? I'm still
Oh
playing.
yeah. Here's one of
Oh,
the.
good. Oh, cool. I don't know why, but I always feel like it's not complete unless I add some words. That looks great.
I know.
I love
There's another with,
yeah. That looks so good.
and then here's the third one I did.
Oh, yes. That looks so good. That looks so good. Usually I zip through, but I felt the need to just take my time and play and explore today. And that's what we talked about. Like you don't have to rush them, but you can rush them. And there's
Oh,
so much
sure.
you can do with ATCs, and you can use them in junk journals as a journal card. You
Uh-huh.
swap them. You can use the as your price tag too, like on your journals, like if you wanted to have a little thing on there. Let me see what Tammy said. We do, but at least mid-March, watching my grandkids till until Tuesday. Then on that next Sunday, heading to Grand Cayman for R&R. Wow. um Callie said, what's Kristi's page name, please, so I can follow? It's Whispering Lane. um
Yep.
I could. It doesn't let me tag it on here. Let me see if I can do it on my
I
iPad.
think if you search under at Whispering Lane Indy, because I'm in
Oh, that's
Indianapolis,
right.
I think I had to do the Indy. Like if you search with the Indy at the end, but it
Okay.
just says Whispering Lane for the name of the business.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I remember that now. Let me see if I
Yeah.
Whispering Lane, and I know your logo, so there it is. I
Yeah.
just tagged it. I just put it on there, and yeah, you definitely want to follow her. She's really awesome. And you just heard, if you didn't hear her story and you just came on, please go start at the beginning and listen, because she is a miracle and a walking testimony. And um we need to rejoice in that. We need to celebrate
We
that.
do.
And can't wait to see what else comes out of your business. So why did you choose the name Whispering Lane, Kristi?
Yeah, so Whispering Lane, when I was deciding what to name my business, I went back and forth like, I want my name to mean something. I felt like it needed to have some kind of underlying meaning to it. And um my I kept going back that I was super close with my grandma, and she just really I think kind of brought out that creative spirit in me. Like I would go spend weeks with her during the summer. She taught me to sew. We were
Oh,
just always doing something crafty. And so I knew I wanted some piece of her in that name, and I just couldn't, like, she didn't have like a cool name. She didn't have like a super cool hobby, or something that I felt like I could pull from. But the one of the last streets that she lived on was Whispering Pine, and so I pulled the whispering from that street that she lived on, and just added the lane to it. But then I also feel like this because of the healing that I process that I was going through, and just trying to find my way and like what direction did I want to go in my business after, doing the furniture painting, and then that last year just kind of struggling with not really knowing where I was going and what I was doing. I just really felt like I kept hearing little God whispers of like I kept coming back to the journaling and things like that. So whether it was Whispering Lane for her or Little God Whispers, I felt like whispering needed to be
Yes.
in that title. So Whispering Lane is where we went with the name.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of what I was assuming, that I know not your grandmother, but just that, as you were laying in that hospital, he's whispering to you and
yeah.
kind of coaching you and egging you on, like, this too shall pass. You're going to be okay. There's something for you, like just to
Yeah.
give you hope, because he has a future for you. I just
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that so
Yeah. It
much.
was very it was just a really it was a really weird experience. Like you hear people say they've heard his voice, and I have always been a Christian and have grew up in the church, and all of that, but I always thought like, really, people hear his voice like for real, like, and then to like physically hear that and to face your own mortality, like you just don't come out of that the same way. You don't see life quite the same way again. But he has a very deep voice, if anybody wants to know. At least he did with me. So
Yeah.
anyway, it was just, you hear that and I kept thinking like, who is that talking to me? Because that's not my husband. That's not my dad. Like, that's not my kids. I have three boys. So I was like, that's not my kids. Like, who is that? And it took a while as I was coming out of the sedation to realize like who it was. And then I thought, I've been hearing this for a long time. Like, how long was I on this sedation? Like, how long was I out? So yeah, it took a little bit to kind of
Wow.
comprehend like what had happened, um, but then at the same time, it was, a pretty neat experience in and of itself. I knew I was not walking that walk alone for sure, and it was not because of me and these amazing physicians that I pulled through. Of course, they had a big part in it, but he
Well, he
placed them
uses,
right there to take
yeah,
care of me.
yeah, exactly. That is
Yeah.
an incredible, incredible story. I am
Yeah.
so glad to be a person that can hear it and rejoice with you, because I love that. I love hearing how he uses people and what he does with them, and it's just so encouraging. Um, and it's funny too, because like I'm really careful about like who I invite on my page, and I really really value people that are like-minded and that love him with all their heart. And I didn't know. I had a feeling, but I didn't know. And so I'm just so glad, because I feel like the reason I do what I do is I love to empower people, and especially women, and I am all about spreading the gospel. It's all I'm about. No matter
Yeah.
what I'm doing or what work or what work business, it's always about him first. And I mean, I was talking to someone, a young girl came into the store today, and she's often asking me questions, and that's what I'm all about. Like every day, like, who can I talk to? Who can I encourage? Use my mouth, and so I love being with those kinds of people. And so I'm glad that you came on here with me and did this.
Yeah.
And you've been a real big blessing. So,
Yeah. No, thank you for having me. It's been fun. And of course, I love to play. And I feel like this um, little packet was meant for me just based on how it was all set up. So super fun, and happy to have been able to join you tonight.
yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Now later, go ahead and take a picture of your cards, and I'm going to stay here for a few minutes. My husband went out to dinner, and so with a friend to a hunting thing. So he's not home. So I'm going to take advantage and I'm going to finish my cards and play for a little bit. And I'll take a picture and post it. And then we can share it out and show people about it. So I'm going to do this one more time. I'm going to show this is the graphic. We're giving away 5 vintage playing cards while supplies last. It's a gift for you. There's going to be a link that I'm going to put on here so that you can go ahead and go in and you just put your email and information and we're going to mail you 5 free cards. So, and these are just for people who love ATCs and love collecting vintage cards and cool ephemera and stuff like that. So just a little thank you for signing up and wanting to know more about ATCs or play with ATCs. So we love it. It's like we talked about all day this hour. It's great for creativity. It's great for spurring on more creativity and de-stressing. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And be sure to join and follow Whispering Lane. Kristi is I'm sure, gonna be teaching on there and doing some junk journaling. So support her business. And if you could go and when we're off, put your link for your new Etsy store too. So that, or is it
Yeah,
on?
I haven't opened it. Yeah, I haven't opened it up yet, but you can follow the page. There'll be lots more coming as I kind of start to rebrand and open, more things here in the next few weeks.
Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, thank you so much. I hope you have an incredibly